Hey everyone, this is Ron with NeoWin, and today we are taking a look at the Honor MagicBook Pro. So this was just announced, and I'm super excited about this one because this is the first laptop that I'm reviewing that has a Ryzen 4000 series mobile processor. And not only that, it's also the first laptop I'm reviewing that has an H series processor. So that's a 35-watt processor in the case of AMD processors. But if it was Intel, it would be 45 watts. But it's the first time I'm going in on both of those things, and I'm going in both of them at the same time. So it's super exciting. I'm really excited to see the performance in this. So far, the highest end laptop I've tried would be the LG Gram, which had the Intel Ice Lake. So I'm super excited about this. So, let's just get straight into it. The box is very simple, so we're just gonna go ahead. Yes, I have opened this before because I was excited to just see the computer. Oops. But just go ahead. There it is, some manuals, a charging cable, a power adapter. This is 65 watts, I believe, which is interesting because, I'm sure it's enough, but it is the same that as what they ship with their normal MagicBooks. They only have U series processors. So it's interesting that the same charger can be used for such different laptops. So we're gonna go ahead and take this out, and here we go. I know that's the wrong way to put it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put this away anyways. So looking at the laptop itself, this feels very similar to the Honor MagicBook 14 that I reviewed earlier this year. Let's actually just open this up as well. It feels very similar to that MagicBook 14, but with less color. So one thing that they did with the MagicBooks is that they have this blue logo here and some blue chamfered edges around it. That's all gone. So the logo is black and no chamfered colored edges. So, you can tell that Honor's definition of Pro is just getting rid of the colors. But yeah, it looks very much like the models I reviewed before. It's fairly thin. This is 16.9 millimeters thick. I'm assuming at its thickest point, but Honor doesn't actually specify. And it's 1.7 kilograms. This is all aluminum, from what I can tell. It all feels very much like aluminum, but it's really not that heavy. My main laptop is also aluminum, and it only has a U series processor, and it's 2 kilograms. So it's crazy for me to think that an H series processor is now so light for what it is, and this is a 16-inch display too, so that's pretty cool. So we're just gonna go ahead and plug this in because I tried turning it on before and it wouldn't turn on. So I'm assuming it needs some power. So I will be right back. Okay, so now we've actually plugged in the laptop, and I've actually set it up because I tried recording this and there was a little issue. So it's all set up now. We're just gonna go ahead and take a look at the ports, which I forgot to do earlier. So we have here 2 USB 3.0 Type A, a combo audio jack, and on this side another USB 3.0 Type A, HDMI, and I think that's HDMI 2.0, and that's a USB Type C port, which is what we use for charging. So that's that. We're just gonna go ahead and open this now. And you can tell right away, hopefully, that this keyboard doesn't look all that normal because it's a German keyboard layout. So that was a surprise. But yeah, so a few things here are in German. You see some characters specific to German. The caps lock is a downwards arrow for some reason, but I think I can overlook that. You also have what I think is very interesting, top firing speakers. I complain about this a bit because I think my main laptop has top firing speakers and some of the reviews I've had before don't. And I think that having top firing speakers is pretty cool. So I hope this will be a nice experience. You don't get a number pad though, so that's a sacrifice you make there. But I'd rather have the top firing speakers if they're good. So there's that. So the power button here, you gotta press that. That's got a fingerprint sensor. Actually, let's plug this in just in case it dies or something. So there you go. It signs me in right away because it remembers my fingerprint. That is a very, very useful feature. You don't get Windows Hello, so having that ability to be signed in immediately so you don't have to touch it again or anything like that, that is very useful. And I really appreciate it. The fact that it's built in there, I really like that. So, another thing about the keyboard that I almost forgot to mention, you see right there, that is the webcam. So there is no webcam around the display, anywhere around it. Instead, you just get this little pop-up and the camera is right there. And it's pointed upwards, so it'll still get you in the frame most of the time. But this is nowhere near an ideal solution. And especially in times like this now where video calling is so prevalent, this is a decision that I do not like. I personally never liked it because I make video calls almost every day, even before this whole situation that we're going through right now. But for everyone, this is going to be an annoyance now, or for a lot more people, it's going to be a problem because this is not a good angle to be at during video calls. But whatever, it's usable. A little inconvenient, but oh well. That was their decision. And for that, you do get at least very small bezels around most of the display here. So if I can get it in the frame. The bezels are pretty small, I believe. Honor says it's a 90% screen to body ratio. I'm not completely sure of what's in the press materials, but it is a pretty nice ratio there in terms of the screen area. It's a 16.1 inch display, so it's the biggest display I've used in a laptop personally. By a small margin, I usually have a 15-inch laptop, but still. And it's still 16 by 9, so that's gonna be, for some people, a problem. I've never had a 16 by 10 or 3 by 2 laptop. People praise the productivity that you get out of that. I'm not at that point yet, so I'm totally fine with this. But I would have liked to know what it's like to have a 16 by 10 display. I guess I'll have to wait a little longer for that. But the display looks fine. I mean, I can't say with just a couple with that image, but it does look fairly nice. The colors look good. I don't really have any major complaints just from looking at it right now. But it looks nice. It's full HD. It looks perfectly fine to me. I've never had like a super high resolution display on a laptop, so I'm totally fine with this. What I would like would be if it had a touch screen, which it doesn't. I do love touch screens, but oh well. I do also like, by the way, that it's sort of matte finish. It's not completely matte, but it's also not glossy, so it doesn't feel bad to like slide your finger on it. You shouldn't because it's not a touch screen, but it's got a nice feel to it. So we're gonna go ahead let's take a look at the software that's included. There's not much. Honor is actually a good company in that regard. So there's some stuff for the audio drivers and whatever, but that's fine. Then there's the hotkeys control app. So you can customize, I believe you can customize the way the hotkeys work, make them switch. I could be wrong about this, but I believe you can set it so that either it triggers the F keys or the actual media buttons that are on it. So by default, it will either do one or the other. And then you have to press the function key to do whatever you don't set as a default. I believe that's how it works. And then there's the PC Manager app. This basically just lets you, it's got, you can check for driver updates and, run system diagnostics and stuff. And you can also connect to your phone, which was one of the big selling points of Honor and Huawei laptops, is that they have this Magic Link. It has a different name, I think, on Huawei laptops. I can't remember the name there. But Magic Link, so the way it works is that you connect, if you have an Honor phone or a Huawei phone, you connect it to this laptop, and then you can do, send files, you can, I think you can even see your screen on here. So it's supposed to be a sort of AirDrop competitor, from what I understand. I never personally used it because I haven't had an Honor laptop and phone at the same time. But it's supposed to be a sort of AirDrop competitor. That's nice. I'm assuming. I don't know if it's worth it for me because I don't really want to use Honor phones without Google services. But if you do use an Honor phone, then that's a pretty interesting connection to have. But in terms of software that Huawei includes, that's really it. So there's not a lot to say here. It's just Windows 10. I'm assuming it comes with version 1909 out of the box. Maybe 2004. It does come with 2004, so that's good. It's the latest version. Let me get that in the frame. Actually, I probably shouldn't do that. But it does come with version 2004. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage, and the processor, like I said at the start, it's a Ryzen 5 4000 series, an H series, so a 35 watt processor. It's a Ryzen 5 4600H. So I'm super pumped to see how that performs because it's the first H series processor I'm trying. It's the first Ryzen 4000 series processor I'm trying. So there's a lot of factors here that make this a very exciting laptop for me. But that's how I'm gonna have to take time during the review. In terms of software, we've seen pretty much everything. The hardware, same thing. So that'll be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.